Well, this is Dr. Buddy Crum here with Don Wales, and we have for you a marketplace moment. You know, there's so many different opinions of what's going on in the market today. Economists don't agree with each other. They all have opinions. Some say we're in for a great bullish market, deep bullish. Some say a bear market where it's going to go down. Some say it's going up. Some say it's going to be just a little speed bump. Yeah. But there's still some things we need to remind people. What's going on today, Don, in the market?
Well, that's a very good question, Dr. Crum, and it is probably at the forefront of any investor or anybody interested in investing, the forefront of their mind, and probably the most important question. What's going on? What's going to happen? And I pulled a few numbers and a little bit of data here just because I wanted to take this time to help really emphasize what we always try to remind people that are listening, and that is you've got to stay invested. You've got to stay invested. Sometimes that's hard. It's difficult. We talk about behavioral economics sometimes, which is sometimes we do the opposite of what we know we're supposed to do, right? You buy low and you sell high, but we do the opposite if we're not careful. And I pulled some data since the start of 2020, just over the last 3 years, really, that almost 3 years of the market. And the U.S. stock market has, since the start of 2020, the U.S. stock market has fallen 34%. It's risen 120%. It's declined 24%. And now it's gained almost 17%. So if you were in at that time and you had been steady and you remained, you would have returned to 17%. But that's a lot of volatility to have to go through. And so if you don't have the discipline up front, if you're listening to people say this is the end, it's a bear market, we just can't predict those things. And so it's not that we're helpless, it's that we maintain a discipline and we maintain and we stay in, and we know that over the long haul, stocks are going to go up. They're going to come down, they're going to fall. The market's going to go up, it's going to go down. But if we can maintain that discipline, we know the eventual outcome is we'll get a good return.
Well, we all know that day traders, as they're called, watch the market differently, and that is their constant focus. But for me, and I think for you, I get in and stay in and ride it out. And quite frankly, I'm found out I'm better that way than try to decide whether the market's going up and down.
Well, it helps to remember that everything in the market is cyclical. It's a pattern. It's cyclical. There's a pattern to it. We see the peaks, the troughs. Those are going to happen. And as you hear people often say, it's true. When you've been in the market long enough, we need those things to happen. We need inflation. We need troughs. We need peaks. We need all of that in the market because it gives us a better return than if it just goes straight up, and certainly if it just went straight down.
Or stayed flat.
Or stayed flat.
There would be no opportunity if it stayed flat.
Yeah.
We know about that from bank accounts.
That's right. And, we've tracked this for many years. I saw it when I was in the business. The people, including myself and you, others, the people who stay invested and continue to just, if you're still investing, to do that at set intervals, whether that's monthly or weekly or quarterly, but to at set intervals to invest, always come out of a downturn much quicker than people who are trying to time the market and get out or stop investing. So what we always try to encourage you is the data shows that if we will stay in, if we will stay invested, if we keep investing, that we're going to, in the long run, we're going to be okay.
Good advice.
Are you looking for strategies for building real wealth and creating multiple streams of income? Then come to the Wealth Builders Summit October 5th and 6th. Learn from top financial experts in various areas of creating different streams of income. We're not talking about just the usual stocks and bonds, but how do you get into real estate and make money from it? How do you start an Airbnb? Do you want to own a franchise? What about cryptocurrency? How do you analyze the risk for an investment? And a whole lot more. Get all the details and register today at thewbs.org.